Welcome to week 2 of the 10-week PMP success program. In week 1, we discussed about the key things we discussed were collecting requirements, then defining the scope, and then decomposing the scope into a work breakdown structure. So this is where we stopped on week 1, and in week 2 we are building further on it. So we start with developing the bill of quantities. That is, once we have the work breakdown structure, now for each work package we come out with the resource requirements, resource and equipment requirements for each work package, and thus we arrive at the bill of quantities. That is the backbone of all further estimation. So once the WBS and the bill of quantities are ready, then we can do very accurate estimation. So in week 2 we'll be discussing about BOQs and different techniques of project cost estimation. Then we discuss about different types of organization structures like the functional organization, matrix organization, projectized organization, composite organization, formal, informal, PMO, all those things will be discussed here. And then we will discuss about defining the project's team structure. So defining the project's organizational breakdown structure. What will be the team structure of the project? Here we are talking about the extended team. So in a project, we will have the owner side, the consultants, the contractors, the subcontractors, and suppliers. So a project team structure should cut across all these entities. So that aspect we'll discuss here. Then it is time to define the control accounts and then define the project budget, a time-based budget. So these aspects we discussed, and then we move on to scheduling. So there is a module on introduction to scheduling. Then once we have the work breakdown structure, we have the work packages. We decompose those work packages into activities. Then we move on to activity duration estimation and activity sequencing. Here we'll discuss about the different types of dependencies between activities, like the finish to start, finish to finish, start to start, start to finish. So all those dependencies we'll be discussing here, and we'll be discussing about the activity on arrow and the activity on node diagrams and the critical path. Then we go in depth into schedule network analysis and critical path. We'll be discussing about float, negative float, critical path, and there is a detailed video on project network diagram exercise and leads and lags. And then we'll discuss about fast tracking and crashing, and then putting all these network diagrams together in the form of a schedule as well. Then we move on to the assessment for week 2. So week 2 is very, very critical. From PMP exam perspective, you will get a lot of questions on scheduling. And that is logically correct also. As a project manager, one should know at least how to analyze a schedule perfectly. So this is one of the core topics of project management, which is developing the control account and the budget, and then scheduling so that we can spread the budget onto a timeline. So this is a critical module, and as discussed before, where you actively watch this, and while watching, take notes of the key points, and whenever you have a doubt, make a list of all those doubts, and in our next meeting we can discuss and clarify all those doubts. Or at the end of this online module, still if things are not clear for you, we'll have an exclusive session on scheduling. So we'll schedule it, and when live I'll explain the entire stuff to you. So scheduling, I don't want to compromise. It's one of the core aspects of project management, and without understanding this perfectly, you should not proceed. So give very high importance to this module, that is cost estimation and scheduling. Thank you.